Now let's read my response. So here is page 1 of my response to the question. This is the first body paragraph. We are not going to look at the intro and conclusion paragraphs in this video. I got this text written in 40 minutes, so this writing might not be perfect. But anyways, let's go. A quick look at people working in various professional fields can tell us that investment in high fashion is far from a waste of money. A male negotiator dressed in a dapper jacket with a colorful handkerchief tucked in his chest pocket would never fail to give his client the impression that he is reliable and competent. He would look radically different than a man in a $5 t-shirt and tattered jeans. Receiving trust of clientele is the most important factor so that a business person can succeed. That is why virtually all prosperous business owners spend much money on their looks, on the assumption that what a person dons reflects their ability to pay attention to detail. There's one spelling mistake. Prosperous, I missed the S. Prosperous means economically successful. I think everything else is fine here. Now let's move on to the second body paragraph. Business is not the only situation where people who look chic thrive. Romance also starts very often with the fantastic looks of the persons involved. A female partygoer might check the latest couture fashion event so that she can show up in an attention-stealing outfit. Attention to not only clothing such as dresses, but also other accessories like handbags can give her an edge over other girls. Hairstyles can also produce incredible impressions. An expensive hair dryer and a hair curling iron turns an ordinary girl into one that looks like a fashion model. Therefore, people who can afford to pay for fashion products and services to make themselves look good have the great potential to succeed in life. One embarrassing spelling mistake, service, sorry about that. Now the last body paragraph. The assumptions stated in the previous paragraphs, however, are not meant to assert that the degree of a person's success is always proportional to the amount of their money spent on their fashion. Individuals can definitely look trustworthy and professional without a $50,000 Rolex watch or a pearl necklace. The most important thing to do is to keep one's clothing neat and clean. Shining your shoes with a cream once a week and washing your clothes frequently can make you look clean and therefore reliable. Not only your looks, but also your behavior can make a big difference. We should always remind ourselves that an article of clothing of itself is valueless. What matters is how we take care of the item and how we care about the people around us. I see 2 spelling mistakes here, lots of mistakes in this essay. Proportional and or, correct them. Now let's go back to the first body paragraph because I want to introduce you to some nice words and phrases that are related to the topic of fashion. There are so many of them. Are you ready to take notes? Let's start with this one. High fashion. High fashion. High fashion is the collection of the latest fashion items designed by world-famous designers. High fashion. Dapper. Dapper. This word is usually used for men, not for women. If a man is dapper, it means his fashion looks stylish, giving the impression that he is a gentleman. Dapper. Tattered. Tattered. If a piece of clothing is tattered, it means it looks very dirty and old, often with many holes in it. Tattered. Don. Don. This is a quite old-fashioned way of saying to wear something. So if you don a suit, for example, it means you wear a suit. Don. Chic. Chic. Be careful how to pronounce this word. It's chic, it's not cheek. If something is chic, It means it looks stylish and elegant. Chic. Couture. Couture. Couture is the production of expensive fashion products. Couture. Outfits. Outfits. An outfit is all of the fashion items that a person puts on from head to toe. Outfit. Give someone an edge over others. Give someone an edge over others. If something gives you an edge over other people, it means it makes you better than other people. In other words, you have an advantage because of something. Give someone an edge over others. An article of clothing. An article of clothing. This article here does not mean a newspaper article or anything. You know, the word clothing is not countable. But if you want to count the number of clothing, you can say an article of clothing, 2 articles of clothing, 3 articles of clothing, and so on. You can also say a piece of clothing, piece of clothing, an article of clothing. Finally, this essay is 369 words in length, and this does not include the intro and conclusion paragraphs. That's good. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot from my writing. Good luck on your test. Bye bye.